Have you ever looked at your bank account and just wondered, where does it all go? You work hard, you earn a decent living, but your purse, it always seems to be lean. Well, what if I told you this isn't a new problem? It's as old as civilization itself. And the solution isn't some complex new app, but a set of simple, powerful secrets from the wealthiest city of the ancient world. So let's take a trip back in time to Babylon and uncover them together.
You know, this is the exact question that two friends were asking themselves in ancient Babylon. You had Bansir, a master chariot builder, and Kobe, a super talented musician. I mean, these guys were the best at what they did. They worked day in and day out, earned good money, and yet they had absolutely nothing to show for it. Their purses, as they put it, were always empty. Sound familiar? I think for a lot of us it does.
Well, the answer to their problem, and maybe ours too, comes from this incredible little book. Now, this isn't some dry, dense textbook. Nope. It's a collection of simple, really powerful stories set way back in ancient Babylon, which was basically the Wall Street of its day. And it's this storytelling, these parables, that make the lessons on how to get and keep your money so easy to remember.
And this quote right here, this is the core idea of the whole book. And honestly, it's a total game changer. It says that building wealth isn't about luck. It's not about fate. It's about understanding a set of simple, learnable rules. The book basically argues that money is governed by laws, just like everything else in the universe.
And what's so wild about this is the idea that these principles are totally timeless. The very same laws that built massive fortunes 6,000 years ago, back when the streets of Babylon were bustling with prosperous people, are just as real and just as effective for us right here, right now.
So who was the guy who dug up all this ancient wisdom for us? Well, his name was George S. Clason. And he wasn't some stuffy academic or a historian. He was a businessman who just wanted to teach everyday people about money in a way they could actually understand and use.
So picture this. It's the 1920s, and Clason starts writing these short, super engaging little stories as pamphlets. They got so popular that banks and insurance companies started handing out millions of them to their customers. Finally, in 1926, they collected all these beloved stories into the book we know and love today. That just shows you how much these simple ideas resonated with people.
All right, let's get back to our friends, Bansir and Kabi. They're sitting there, totally discouraged, looking at all the incredible wealth of Babylon around them, and just wondering, why isn't any of it ours? Their story, their frustration, is really where our own journey to financial wisdom kicks off.
This is the big paradox the book throws at us right away. Bansir built the best chariots in the entire kingdom. Kobe's music was legendary. They had incredible skills, they had talent, they worked hard, but their wallets were still empty. It just goes to show you, skill and hard work alone are not going to cut it.
And then, bam! They have this huge breakthrough moment. After all their complaining, they realize they've just been waiting for wealth to kind of happen to them. They mastered their craft, sure, but they had never put a single ounce of real, focused effort into the craft of building wealth. They had never actually sought it.
So, with this new realization, they decide to go get some advice from their old friend Arkad, who just happens to be the richest man in all of Babylon. But see, Arkad wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was once just a poor scribe who learned the most important secret to wealth from a rich moneylender named Algamish. This is the one sentence that changed everything for Arkad. The moneylender told him this simple truth: a part of all I earned was mine to keep. Now, it sounds so obvious, right? But really think about it. We pay the grocery store, we pay the landlord, we pay for clothes, we pay literally everyone else before we pay ourselves. And that simple idea is the absolute cornerstone of this entire book. Pay yourself first. It's not about saving whatever's left over at the end of the month. No way! It's about making your own future prosperity the very first bill you pay, every single time you get paid. It's the ultimate weapon against that sneaky thing called lifestyle inflation, where our spending always seems to magically expand to meet our new salary.
And the book gives us a super clear, practical place to start. A tenth. For every 10 coins you earn, or for every $10, take out 9 to spend, but keep 1 for yourself. That 1/10, that's the seed. That's what you're going to grow your entire tree of wealth from.
Okay, so you've committed to paying yourself first. Awesome. What's next? Well, the king of Babylon actually asked Arkad to teach all the citizens how to get rich, and Arkad laid out this amazing 7-step system he called the 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. Let's check them out.
So here they are, the 7 cures. This is your roadmap from having an empty wallet to building a real fortune. It all starts with cure number 1, start thy purse to fattening, which is exactly what we just talked about. Save at least 10%. But what you do after that is just as critical. The other 6 cures show you how to manage your spending, invest that money, protect it from loss, and grow your ability to earn even more.
Let's break down a couple of these because they're so good. Controlling your spending is key because, as the book points out, our necessary expenses always seem to grow to match our income unless we do something about it. A budget is you doing something about it. Then you make your gold multiply through smart investing. You turn every single dollar into a golden slave that works for you so that its children and its children's children can also work for you. And protecting that money is huge, avoiding those shiny, tempting get-rich-quick schemes. You see how each step just builds on the last one? It's a really powerful system.
So let's make this real for a second. The second cure is all about controlling where your money goes. So here's a little challenge for you. For just 1 week, write down every single thing you spend money on. Every coffee, every subscription, everything. Don't judge it, just track it. At the end of the week, take a look at that list. Can you see where the leaks are? Because you can't fix a leak you don't even know you have. Okay, so you've started saving, you've got your spending under control. Now the big question, how do you put that money to work without losing it all? This is where the 5 laws of gold come in. Arkad teaches these to his son as the absolute must-know rules for investing your money wisely. And these laws are just beautifully simple. Basically, gold comes to you and works hard for you when you save consistently, find smart places for it to grow, and you get advice from experts. And how do you lose it? Well, it runs away when you invest in things you don't understand, or when you chase after those too-good-to-be-true get-rich-quick schemes.
This quote just nails the 3rd law. Arkad tells this story about his first big investment, where he gave all his savings to a brickmaker to go buy rare jewels. Of course, the brickmaker got totally scammed and bought worthless bits of glass. The lesson is so simple but so profound. Get advice from people who actually know what they're talking about in that specific field. Don't ask a brickmaker for advice on jewels.
So I've got a question for you. Who are the jewel merchants in your life? Who are the people with real, proven experience when it comes to money? If you can't name anyone off the top of your head, then that's your next mission. Go find one.
You know, when you put all these pieces together, that first mindset shift, the 7 cures, the 5 laws, what you really get is a complete philosophy for your life. It's a clear path to transform yourself from someone who works for money into someone whose money works for them.
And look, if you only take one single thing away from all of this, please let it be this. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. This is so much more than financial advice. It's a declaration of your own self-worth. It's you staking a claim to your own financial freedom. This is the beginning, the middle, and the end of the entire philosophy. You should say it to yourself over and over until it's an unshakable belief.
The wisdom from Babylon has survived for 6,000 years for a reason. These principles are simple, they're powerful, and they just plain work. The real question isn't if they work. The real question is why so many of us still struggle to follow them. So, what are you going to do with this ancient wisdom? Which one of these timeless principles are you going to put into practice starting today?